Welcome back to WCS America Challenger. You're a jerk.
Shout out to all the people in the Team Liquid Life Report thread. You guys are not only very knowledgeable about StarCraft, you guys are also very, very funny.
If you're not following along in the live report thread, you're missing out on a fun conversation and lots of laughs being had at my expense. So, all of you guys in the TL thread, kiss my ass, you suck. And to everyone else, I guess go read the TL live report thread. Spawning in the top right-hand corner of Frost, the red Protoss player, up 1-0 after what can only be described as sheer dominance, is Axiom Alicia. 3 gates turned into mini zealots, turned into a very easy win on Polar Knight. Alicia's opponent down in the bottom left-hand corner of the map, hoping to bounce back here on game 2. We lauded him for being solid. He's going to have to be more solid than he just showed us. It is Zoo Courage.
Yeah, I didn't really have much of a chance to show what he was really made of on Polar Knight. Alicia played excellent, but we all know, I think this is a very tough matchup for Protoss, and I'm not talking about like the highest level. I'm talking about myself, and when things don't really go your way, it's definitely hard. It always feels like you're fighting an uphill battle if you're just not there. But then there are plenty of Protoss players out there that show you that it is very doable, and that it is can even be a very good matchup for Protoss. But Courage on the other end showed us as well that it's very hard for Zerg to play from a position where you're behind. And Alicia put him behind very early on. If you're not able to get up to 3 bases like you want to get a Zerg, while you're actually investing in relying on 3 bases, and it doesn't get up and then it doesn't get up again, it can almost already be game over. And from that point on, you have to work with very little against very much of a Protoss player, and then eventually you're going to face a very strong army that you're just not capable of fighting up.
Yeah, Alicia executed that flawlessly, and Courage, he hung in there, I guess, as well as he could have given the hand that he was dealt. But I guess when you get that far behind against a player of Alicia's caliber, you're probably not going to be able to win.
It's a cool thing though. I don't often see Protoss players actually hiding probes in the back of Polar Knight, which, when you think about it, is of course an excellent position, because not very often do they scout it immediately. I'm actually even very surprised that you almost never see a proxy Stargate behind on Polar Knight. Well, I think if there's one moment like and the Terran is almost never going to check anything over there. For some reason, not a whole lot of people proxy something in the back of that base. Well, or in the back of that map. Well, it seems excellent for it.
It is still a relatively new map. It's been around for a ladder season, but it was not used in many tournaments because the weather effect made it laggy. Blizzard with the 2.1 patch has removed the weather effect from it, so no more lag, and we're guaranteed to see a lot more of the map.
I also think we didn't see that much on it because just a lot of Protoss players in general don't like the map, so they always veto it, and then other races don't play that much on it either. Of course, we have seen games on it, but definitely not as many as we've seen, for instance, on Frost, which I believe got added at the same time as Polar Knight, right? And I feel 100 times more familiar with Frost and Yangtze. I think all those 3 maps got added at the same time. And I think Polar Knight is by far the least popular of that one, but maybe it's a little different now.
Happy Little Ling's going to walk right into the main base of Alicia and get a great scout. Alicia going with the 1 gate expand, couple more gates behind it. So Courage is immediately going to be having horrible flashbacks of the 3 gate zealot pressure that created nightmares for him on Polar Knight.
This is already going a little better though, because this time he has a Zergling in the base.
Yeah.
Having a Zergling in your opponent's base is always nice. It's annoying. We saw a few probes not mining for a bit. And above all, you just know there's no Stargate, you know there's no second simulator.
There's another Zergling in my base.
There are a couple of Zerglings in the base. Once more, Alicia opening up with 3 gate pressure, but this time, Ben, I don't think it's going to be all that successful. Courage knows what he has to worry about. He already has quite a few speedlings on the production tab.
And taking a much slower third base this time. Kev, we were talking about this today, and it's something that I really only realized after watching the games yesterday. Gone are the days of Zerg having to secure an early third base. Like, there was a long time throughout Wings of Liberty when we said, hey, a third base after 5 minutes is too late. And what we've learned, certainly in the Heart of the Swarm metagame, is that, hey, a 6 minute 30 second, even a 7 minute third base is not that late for a Zerg player. It allows them to very safely drone up, maybe even over drone, and then expand just a little bit later.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much I like this. Now he's sending always speedlings across the map rather than checking for proxies. There is a sentry over here, we'll just force you out. Now he's gonna get a hatchery over here, Ben, while Alicia is just gonna wipe in 3 zealots immediately. This could backfire if he's gonna lose that hatch again. That could definitely suck a bit.
Courage is maybe showing a little bit too much courage. as he's exposing himself to some more aggression. I don't think he's got enough lings out on the map. 21 speed lings.
He has a lot of lings out, but he has no queen over here, so this Mothership Core is going to do a lot of damage on this thing. And eventually, you know, he can just keep wiping in zealots over here. If +1 somehow will eventually finish, then he's in a little bit of trouble. He's going to pick a fight over here. This might be an okay fight.
Pretty good engagement. Manages to mostly surround all of the zealots, so he will clean this up. And again, it's only 3 gates, so Alicia can't frantically warp in units here. So this will get shut down. So in the end, it works out okay for Courage, who will secure this 3rd expansion. He's droning a little bit behind this. Actually, he made another big round of lings, perhaps in fear
he's worried of
another warp in. But he's going to be just fine, and should be returning to droning now.
This already looks a lot better, because of course 3-gate opening doesn't put you that far behind, but it also doesn't really allow you to transition into something very smoothly. However, there was a Twilight down already, and Alicia's actually dropping the Dark Shrine in the back of his base, which I find a very surprising transition in this phase in the game. But Overseer is not ready yet. This Overlord won't see anything. There is another Overlord here though, so this one can still morph into an Overseer eventually. But it's going to be pretty important that Courage scouts that in time. Otherwise, these DTs, they could do a lot of damage.
The good news is there's no probes out on the map, so Alicia is going to have to come up with some other way. It's going to be Warp Prism though, not a Pylon. Hydra Zergling going to be the army composition of choice for the mid game here for Courage. I like this quite a bit. As long as he doesn't take big damage to the DTs, he can counterattack very aggressively.
Let's not forget there's a robotics facility out already though, and one Colossus can shut it down pretty hard. This is not a double Evo style either. I don't disagree with you, because of course, you know, it's a good unit composition, but I feel it's a very good unit composition against 2 base styles. Well, if Alicia just keeps building probes, and we're taking a look at his probe count, we see he's already on 47.
I would love to see him go Hydronitis. Instead, it's going to be a Roach Warren. So he's going to transition into probably a more standard-looking Roach Hydra mid-game.
No probes are being built right now. He's also getting a cannon. Kind of gives me the idea that Alicia once more wants to hit a 2-base timing. As he's adding more gates, he's getting an Immortal Blinks on the way as well. Then a Hydra Link could be absolutely fantastic. If Alicia, however, would sit back and get Colossus and a 3rd base, then I'm not sure how it would have worked out.
There's also no detection out on the map for a Zerg player. He has
he saw it, he saw it. He's getting Overseer over here.
Okay.
No, just a single Overseer.
One Overseer at 3rd base. Another Dark Templar is going to make its way into either the natural or the main. So the first Dark Templar is going to do only minimal amounts of damage. Oh, but it could get picked up.
Nope. A little too late to that party. Other Dark Templar in the natural will be able to get a few probes here and there. Or drones. Man, I'm messing everything up.
It's okay, Kev. Words are hard.
And they definitely are. Should find a different job.
A
lot of mining time being lost over here, though, for Courage.
Yeah, Alicia's halting quite a bit of mining time. He's killed six drones. Yeah. But in the end, I think this is a pretty reasonable defense for our Zerg player. And I swear to you, man, a Nidus Hydra attack right now would be very difficult to hold.
I love you like a brother, but you're going to have to drop all the Nidus stuff.
Dude, it's good.
Since for 2 years now, you've been voting for Hydra Nidus left and right, and no one picks up on it. Sometimes, Ben, you're not ahead of the meta.
If he had put the Nidus down instead of the Roach Warren, he could be attacking right now, and there would be
maybe
it would be very hard.
Hydra's speed is not ready, however, yet, so he's going to try to cancel this 3rd base. I really like, by the way, after Alicia, you know, he saw.
What is this Happy Immortal doing? Okay, he's realized. With
a Photon overcharge and a few force fields, I think Alicia will be fine. But he also went back to droning, so Colossus production should be in full motion soon. I like what I see from Courage now, Ben. He's just saying, all right, Hydra Ling is not going to cut it anymore, so I'm going to get a Spire. Do we have Blink already? Yes, we do. Okay, so now this is like the age-old question that we often have. Small Ling run by, I believe. Few
very small. A couple of Lings squeak through.
Not too many. Man, that one Dark Templar is a real gatekeeper over here. And then this Dark Templar. It's like the bouncer in a club in Atlanta.
Alicia making some pretty nice force fields here, forcing these Hydras up onto the high ground, and there's going to be no chance for additional damage. If only he had gone with the Hydronitis, Kev.
I'm sure that
could be a different outcome. Instead, it's going to be a quick switch into Muta, and that's probably, in all honesty, probably a better idea. Cross spawn, these mutas are going to give him a lot of map control, and it's going to be very frustrating for Alicia to deal with him.
But I'm a little worried though, man, because this is something that we've discussed often on cast, and we always have different opinions, or at least the majority of the time. Like I always think muta switch is an excellent idea, especially if you have a booming economy. He's currently only at 64 drones, like it's kind of okay. I don't think he's going to have like the overwhelming amount of mutalisks, but he's playing against an excellent Protoss player, someone who's capable of defending at multiple locations at once, and he already kind of has the tools in the right position. He doesn't have everything. It is no Stargate indeed, but he does have Blink Stalkers with +2, and Blink Stalkers with +2 against 0/0 Mutalisk, even though +1 is on the way, might be enough. I'm very curious to see how Alicia is going to deal with this, man. But I think he can defend like a champ.
I think the thing is he's going to have to defend like a champ, and that's what's going to allow Courage to do things like power ahead with his mutas.
I think he's already kind of expecting it, man. He's dropping additional cannons.
Hallucinated Phoenix just flew past the Spire, so he did see it. And actually, Alicia gets aggressive immediately, and that could be the best choice of all.
Yep, because does he have a Mothership Core as well? The only thing is, I always like to have at least one recall, so you have one safety ground, because this is a lot of links. Now, Courage might actually go in full-on base trade mode. I'm not sure if going aggressive is the right choice, because right now he has a very solid economy.
That army actually doesn't look as big as I thought it was.
From Alicia? Yeah, I agree. He has 83 supply, but he has 20 stocks against 19 Mutalisks. I think he has stocks at home now. Nope, he does not. Maybe an Archon at home. Nope, he has nothing at home.
This is going to be a very
he needs to recall. It might be an
counterattack.
It might be an issued recall.
If Alicia goes base trade, I don't think it's going to work out. Muta's going to easily be able to handle this natural expansion.
Dark Templars are nice though.
If there was an Overseer, it would be different.
Man, look at this. He's like, that was awesome.
Poor Dark Templar. He needs adrenal glands.
Either way, full-on base trade engaged. Courage is all over all 3 bases from Alicia. At the same time, Alicia is all over the natural and soon main base as well. He does still have the Mothership Core band, but he's losing probes at rapid speed. Only 19 probes remain. Zerg is all over the map. He's setting out a couple of Stalkers and Zealots right now. Like, now this Muta ball is growing out of control. He's going to be up to 30 Mutalisks. We have 27 Blink Stalks as well. Kill the Spire, Alicia! Even though Courage is out of gas anyway, so I guess it doesn't matter that much.
I think Alicia's kind of bit off more than he can chew here, Kev. If we look at the army supplies, it's 99 for Alicia, 89 for Courage. So definitely Alicia, if all of his forces are together, can probably fight and even kill the army of our Zerg player.
Yeah, but Courage is never going to do that.
Yep, he's going to just utilize his mobility. And golly, he's ripping through these bases very, very quickly. Hydras and Zerglings kill buildings so fast.
Especially the Zerglings. They do sick damage.
If only they had adrenal glands.
Look at this one dog.
16 kills on him. This is where I stand. And he'll get one more kill. 2 more kills actually before he gets cleaned up.
So now Zerg has bases all over the map. A couple of drones are heading to the north side as well. Did they all die? Did that one Zealot check? No.
No. The drones made it to the
Courage has money as well. Alicia, he has a pylon here and there, but now we get to the situation where is he gonna leave enough units behind to defend his buildings? Or is he going to send too few units out to the other side of the map and actually lose the fight?
Courage, why would you put it right next to a pylon?
I think by the time that Alicia can somehow cross... I don't like that he's putting it close to the edge though, because now if he blinks some way up, I think it would be much better to just indeed build it over here.
Either way, this is a difficult position for any Protoss player to be in, one that every Protoss player is probably familiar with. At least he's got enough money for 1 assimilator or 1 pylon, that's it.
Alright, the first Stalkers start dying, Ben. That pylon is going to fall as well. Alicia, do you have an... Okay, this is his pylon. I think this is his last building, Ben.
He's got 1 more. No, that's a War Prism.
Yeah.
You're right. That's it.
Okay, now he just walked in a pylon in the middle of the map.
So, one final
that epic
bastion of Protoss hope. The final stronghold of
Zerg
the forces of Ire.
Zerg needs to build something as well, though, right? Right? Ben? Drones?
Hatchery.
Oh, hatch.
Last second hatch. Hero hatch.
Pylon.
And there we go. Courage closes it out. Good choices there from Courage. Alicia going for the base trade did not have it work out in his favor.
I didn't think he had to do that. I felt with +2 Blink Stalkers, already has a Twilight Council. He could get a Templar Arctis as well. He could maybe sit on 3 bases, get a few cannons everywhere, leave an Archon behind. He had reasonable upgrades. Zerg, like, it's not like Zerg was on 5 bases already. Of course, eventually if you